I was watching a video by the Diana Gladney, and she starts it off with a time lapse and some vlog music, and I was immediately transported back to Casey Neistat stuff. I'm gonna have Jesse watch this video right now of Diana's and see what she thinks, see if she gets it. What's your first thought? Does it remind you of anyone else's videos?
No.
It doesn't remind you of anyone else's videos?
Hold on.
Anyone in the world?
Maybe you. You model after Casey, maybe?
Oh, who?
Casey Neistat? Reminds me of you, which reminds me of Casey, so that's my best guess.
Good job. Ass.
Got it.
I'm actually incredibly surprised how long that took her to get it, but I know cinematic's on, but you still know what this is. Nostalgia.
I haven't watched Casey Neistat in years, but I've watched you.
And I resemble Casey?
Yeah, I know.
It took you a little longer than I thought.
Casey is one of your heroes, so it had to be Casey.
I'm bringing it up because nostalgia can be a very useful form of communicating a story. For instance, when we went to Whataburger just a minute ago, I don't like fully loaded hamburgers or anything like that. But whenever I get into Whataburger, I think of hot summers, I think of football games and childhood memories, and I want a fully loaded with mustard, all the pickles and vegetables Whataburger meat sandwich thing. What's that called? Hamburger. That's
sandwich.
And it takes me back. It immediately transports me back through nostalgia to that moment in time. And whenever Diana, who was filming this segment on her phone, thought to do a time lapse paired with that video or that music, it transported me back to a Casey Neistat, warm and fuzzy, coming home after work, after school program type of a thing. And I'm transferring that to you to say we can use things like that. We can use nostalgia to communicate those messages in our world. Because if you think about it, God is doing the same thing with us. We just happen to be a living vlog, and He's bringing up nostalgia through us. I'll tell you about it.
Look,
What?
Nostalgia.
Oh my goodness.
Look
That's
at
not
his
what that is.
face.
You were just looking at a picture of him.
Okay, I'll show you nostalgia.
Show me.
Hold on.
Huh? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He's so cute.
Well, what does it make you think of? What feelings does it bring?
Warm, happy, fuzzy. Makes me feel love.
I got a phone call from that big client that I finished out the other day. I got an email from them. Basically, they want one more revision to the product. And I have to admit, I'm a little bummed about it. Kind of wanted that to be done. I'm ready to start this new chapter and go all in on this. It's not that lingering project, so dealing with the emotions of that. So excited to be done. And I try to get out, and they keep sucking me back in.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
But on to this video. You remember Casey Neistat. He was the one who, on any given afternoon, he daily vlogged for a long time, and you would come home, you would turn on YouTube, almost like a show, like an old school TV show, and you would watch a daily vlog, and every daily vlog had a time lapse and that kind of quirky, vloggy, peppy type music in the background. And if you think that Diana Gladney is not playing on your nostalgia, that sequence, I don't know whether it's the music or whether it is the time lapse to the vlog, but if you think she's not playing on that, you are crazy, because it takes you to a place of He is the greatest. She wants you to think about, oh hey babe.
I saw this car in the parking lot, but I thought it was a gray car. Turns out it was dust. Or did you just get here?
I just got here.
Okay, then it was a gray car.
He's the greatest. She wants you to think the greatest as you are watching her vlogs. That's pretty impressive. Back at the house, think about it. Have you ever been going on about your day and you pass a building, or maybe it's like Whataburger, or you hear a song and you're reminded of a relationship or a conversation, or maybe even a word that the Lord gave you, and He's constantly placed these little encounters, these little experiences in our lives for us to reflect and think about Him and have like this shared spiritual experience with Him. I mean, that's the whole point of our creation, to look upon it and say, you are good, God. So we get to go along about our lives, and He's made little hidden nuggets for us to experience. And it's nostalgia for us, but it's real time for Him. That's too deep. That's too deep. But what we can do, as those who are created in His image, is we can set up those nostalgic moments through video, written format, conversations. We can bring up those times, recount those memories and testimonies of how good God has been, and we can lead people into an encounter with Him. It's our job.
I was thinking, I wonder what I'm gonna eat for dinner, and then I was like, oh my gosh.
Rolling cooler. Did I mention it's 108 outside? Woo! You only thought we were finished. Come on. Ooh. That right there is a time lapse. Nostalgia. What I'm getting at is that God has placed these little nuggets inside of our lives for us to encounter and experience Him. And if He's done that for us, He's been so gracious and merciful to do that so that we can tangibly walk with Him throughout the day and remember stories about Him throughout the day. Wouldn't it equate that we could build those things into other people's lives as well? I love nostalgia. I think it's a useful tool for God. Sometimes I think the best is whenever it's done like God does without any mention or reference. It's not in your face. Hold on. Let me just see if I can get that off of it. Had a little lens. Anyway, I think it's best done when there's no reference to it at all. It just shows up in a vlog in daily life, and you get the memory, you get the warm fuzzy, you get the nugget, you get the intention of it without it being so bold. The people who are true storytellers and communicators do so without drawing undue attention to it. Well, there you go. Nostalgia. Powerful instrument for sharing the testimony of Christ around this world. I believe it's our job. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. I'm out.